Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the most dangerous podcast in the world, the Ant Money Experience. Hope everybody enjoying themselves. Hope y'all had a good week. Welcome back. If you are watching this live, I appreciate the views. If you are watching the recap on YouTube, I appreciate that as well. Appreciate you coming back one more again to enjoy my shenanigans. The way I like to start every show off, y'all know we gotta represent the game, the greatest network in the world, the big exclusive network, aka Death Row Records. First, every Monday, we got Melanated Vibrations with my sis Dom and with my sis Darius, the dustiest dust of them all. Definitely appreciate y'all and the outlook that y'all give every Monday. 7 o'clock, tune in. Also on Tuesdays, we got the flagship show, the big exclusive network with Angry OG and big exclusive, delivering great content every week. We got, of course, Thursdays. Thursdays are mine. You will be here every Thursday watching the Ant Money Experience, only on the big exclusive network. And then we got on the weekends with my guy Ant Medlock, we got the Fat Gene Activated, where you will come and get your Fat Gene activated. With that being said, good people, producer, whenever my co-host is available, you can drop him right on in. But how's everybody's week been going? Trying to get to the chat. Sorry about that. So I can see the comments of the good people. But until then, Royalty, what up, good brother? What up, good brother? So, a lot of things going on this week. First of all, let's start with the first video. The God MC has finally spoken on a topic. Wait a minute, before we get there, let's start this off right. Y'all know how this goes. The first segment every week, if it bleeds, it leads. Let's jump into it, people. My guy.
My God, what's up, baby? How you?
I'm good. Good people. I wanna welcome my co-pilot for the day, your flyness himself, Mr. Ace. What up, my guy?
What's popping, man? What's going on, Ant Money?
Glad to hear you. So we starting off. We jumping into the first segment. If it bleeds, it leads. And the God MC has spoken. Let's take a look at this video.
Something interesting online, Jay. I'd love to hear what you think about this. If you had a choice between getting paid $500,000 in cash, something interesting online, Jay. I'd love to hear what you think about this. If you had a choice between getting paid $500,000 in cash or lunch with Jay-Z, which would you choose?
You gotta take the money. What I'm gonna say? Yeah, I mean everything that I'm gonna say.
No, only because people say, of course you take lunch with Jay-Z because the wisdom that you would get from him would be so beneficial to you. There would only be a matter. You would take the money.
Yeah, because you got all that in the music for $10.99. That's a bad deal. I wouldn't tell you to cut a bad deal. Like
I don't
take
know.
the $500,000, go buy some albums and listen to the albums. It's all there. If you piece it together and really listen to the music for the words for what it is, it's all there. Everything that I said was gonna happen. Everything that I said I wanted to do, I've done. And there's the blueprint. The blueprint literally to me and my life and my journey is there already.
So, Hove has finally spoken. Now, first of all, dinner with Hove or the 500,000?
I need the 500K. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Hove could talk. He could give a good game. He could get some good knowledge out. But Hove is Hove for a reason because he maneuvered. He made his own trail. So,
Right.
who goes to say just because you having a conversation dinner with Hove that you're gonna be the next millionaire? I'm taking the cash and I'm rolling the dice, man.
I'm taking the cash easily, no question. When they first talked about it, I'm like, this is a no-brainer. Matter of fact, most of them scenarios that they talked about, whether it be dinner with Hove, they said dinner with Quilly. I'm taking the cash. Hove said it himself, yo, take the cash. I done told you everything that I could tell you. I mean, I gave you the blueprint. I did everything I said I was going to do. I feel the same way. I mean, how do people feel about it? I mean, is there anybody that's actually just going to take the dinner with Hove? I mean, Hope don't even seem like he that interesting of a person to talk to from the standpoint of he seemed real standoffish. I feel like if
Yeah,
he rock with you, he rock with you. But if you just like, I mean, you a fan. If you coming to have
yeah,
Hope, I mean, dinner with him. If he don't got that connection, I don't feel like he gonna try to make that connection with you either. But
right. Yeah. If you
shout out
even if
to
you see the Hove interact with the goats and shit, like I seen a little video and shit. He came across Rod Kim and he like dapped him up, but it's like, I mean, like he in a hurry to get the fuck up out of there. If you just peep him and shit, so it's like, damn, is the dinner really gonna be that intriguing? Is he really gonna have more than 5 words to say to you? Like,
for sure, for sure. Auntie Sugar, how you doing tonight, miss? Definitely take the cash. Take the cash.
take the cash. Sure.
Zai, I'm taking the cash. I'm just,
Mhm.
I'm taking the food stamps with Quilly too. But I think that people be expecting a lot more than what they actually gonna get. He not gonna give you like, yo, you know, I got this idea that I think really gonna be like profitable. I ain't gonna
Right.
take that though. You go for it. I don't got him doing that.
Exactly.
I don't got the average
Exactly.
person doing that. But that's that. Then but Hope has finally spoken on the topic. Then the next thing,
Yeah.
this has been hot on them internet
Hove gave the
streets.
people the blueprint, eh?
He gave you the blueprint 3 times.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, and it definitely big exclusive. Anything he tell you is not gonna be something that's in your price range.
There you go.
I mean, he buying Basquiat's and stuff. What up, Hannibal? He buying Basquiat's. I mean, I've never laid eyes on one outside of pictures on the internet. But
Mm-hmm.
something that's been hot on these internet streets. If you could pull up the post about places women said they don't want to go on a first date. Now, this dating topic been hot for a little minute now. And women be
Yeah.
talking about the places that they don't want to go. And honestly, just it's I don't know. How about are you in a game right now? You out here in these streets, or you got a situation?
Uh, I
They're
don't
like
know.
situations. Don't incriminate yourself.
No contest.
Okay, okay.
But no,
Now,
but my thing is, I don't think no chick should even have. You could take that. Me personally, you could take that list and shove it up your ass. Like, you know what I mean? Because just by a guy having a thought to take you out somewhere, that should be thorough enough, man. Like, you can't eat steak and potatoes with me if we can't eat this $5 biggie bag with me from Wendy's. Like, it's a no go. I don't want you
listen,
sharing shit with me.
I dig it.
You know,
With me
man.
personally,
What's your take on that?
most of the places on that list is places that I go for the first date. Because for me personally, the first date is all about just connecting. I mean, honestly,
Right.
I took somebody that I've dealt with recently to IHOP. That's number 13. We went to this one spot for brunch, and they said
Mhm.
it was a hour wait. Now the spot I already know is going to take another hour to get your food. I had
Right.
already waited for it. She got delayed or whatever. I mean, that part was cool, but I was like, yo, when they said an hour wait, I know the food gonna be another hour. I was like, yo, I'm not doing this. I said, honestly, I just want pancakes. You cool with IHOP? She was like, you know what? That actually don't sound bad. And that's how I roll. But I mean, ladies, do y'all really agree with this list? And it's funny because I had a first date back in like January. No, I'm lying.
Yeah.
December. I took a chick to my aunt's 60th birthday party. We
Yeah.
was going out. I was like, yo, I'm sorry.
That was a good test right there though. That was a good test for her to see how she maneuver in different crowds and how she carry herself and shit, man. So that was a good
I mean,
job.
it was. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was dangerous as shit because I know how my family could get. So
Yeah,
when she came around, first of all, I had to tell him like, yo, chill out. It's a first date. I don't
yeah.
listen.
Turn
She
the
not that
ratchet
yet. I
down.
don't know where this gonna go. So don't be going up asking her questions about yo, how long y'all. None of that. She just here.
Right,
But
right,
I mean, yeah, there's a couple spots on there that could be legitimate spots. Now, honestly, I would never take nobody to church. I think that's a wild one. A sporting event could be fun. I mean, most of these spots are places that I don't think is anything wrong with taking somebody. But
right.
I mean, everybody got their preference of where they want to go. I mean, vocalize what your preference is from the rip. And if it's a no-go, it's a no-go.
Yeah, cause some chicks will tell you like, yo, I don't like lounges and I don't like bars. All right, so I'm not gonna take you to a lounge or a bar, but I don't think I mean, anybody can do what they want to do, but for a chick to have a list of places that she don't want to go, oh, I'm cool. I'm not interested. Keep your list and move, slide to the next.
I dig it. I dig it. But ladies, how y'all feel about that?
Yeah.
Now also the
Now,
fellas
yeah, I'm
came
gonna say
back
this,
with
and I'm gonna let them. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let the ladies chime in, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, like you might have a player that's getting himself together. You know what I mean?
it.
All at the time he can afford is this. You know what I mean? But he do have intentions to take you to some upscale shit. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, like, you know what I mean? Do you give him the thumbs down because he ain't the bull right there in that moment? Because, you know what I mean? The next 48 hours, you don't know what his potential may be.
And good
That's my take
people, if
on it.
you enjoy the podcast, like the Big Exclusive Network page, share. If you're on YouTube right now, subscribe, listen, all that good stuff. But definitely subscribe on the YouTube. We going up, and I appreciate the network. We appreciate the support. But back to the regular scheduled programming. So it was another list that came out that had the ladies up in the uproar. Can we see that list? List of women that men said they were not taking on a date. You know, I was looking at this list. I'm like, man, this list, I done ran up and down this this list. Single moms, most of them been single moms. Women with
Yeah.
tattoos. I think I only been with one woman that never had no tattoos. Women that dress like strippers, sex workers. This list was wild, but I didn't think this list was totally insane. Once again, people got a preference. Now,
Run it all the way down. Run the whole list down, eh?
well, so we got single mothers, we got women with tattoos, we got women that dress like this in public. I'm assuming dress like kind of raunchy. We got sex
Yeah.
workers, that's a for sure. Match it said in quotations, it got mattress actresses, strippers, call girls, escorts, Instagram models, bottle girls. They forgot hookah girls up there. But
Yeah.
women with an IG page, that was a reach. Women with non-ear piercings. I mean, finding a woman without piercings that's going to be kind of rough. I mean, nose
All right.
piercings seem like a standard at this point in life. But we got
All right.
women with purple hair or any other unnatural color. I don't know about that one. That could be here or there. Women with whole friends. We got models who market to men. I mean, shout out to the Instagram models. I got a couple group chats that we be exchanging models and trying to figure out how to run down or come across. Shout out to you ladies. I appreciate you. We got
For sure.
women who travel regularly. Women that travel regularly always give me. I'm always questioning, like, are you going to pick up stuff? Are you like illegal paraphernalia? are you out there with some man that's flying you out? I mean, I know a couple people that got
Right.
sugar daddies and they out there and never showing a man that's funding his vacation. But to each his own. I
Right.
don't necessarily have a problem with that. Those women just let me know I'm not for you because I'm not flying you out every so often. I could bust you down to DC if you like, but I'm not flying you out. We
I
got
don't
women
know.
who drink regularly, women with weak or absentee fathers. Yo, women with daddy issues is at I mean, I'm not even gonna say at an all-time rate. I feel like coming across a woman without daddy issues
That's a
is
diamond in
wild.
the rough. That's a
Is
diamond in the
wild.
rough right there.
Yeah, it's very rare. Women who live alone, actually I prefer a woman that lives alone. Women with a party voice. I got this one homie that get drunk and hey, that shit boils my blood.
Either that or she yes you to death. Yes.
Yeah. Definitely the yes girls is a pain in the ass. So after
Yeah.
that, we got where did I leave off at? Okay, we got women on dating apps. That's here or there. Women who've been on Fresh and Fit. Nah, them women definitely be trash. Women with lists. I wasn't exactly sure what that meant. But
Listen, I mean they talk like Mike.
I mean, I don't particularly ask or and I don't engage in conversations about women lists because I mean you could have been with a
Mm.
bunch of names and my experience with you could be different. So I don't really
Right.
give women too much issue with that particular one. We got women who've been engaged. That's a wild one. Women who've been divorced. Women who've been divorced. Every woman that I've been with that has been divorced, they always got an interesting outlook on stuff. So I mean I don't necessarily agree with that. American
Right.
black women. I mean, yeah, American black women, Auntie Sugar. I mean, as a man that has dated mostly black women, y'all could be a lot to deal with. Y'all could be a lot to deal with. Women who were raised in the West. I'm not sure. I don't believe this list was from Philly because of where it came from. I believe he
Yeah.
means women that are born on the West Coast. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the West Coast women I've come across got a pretty good vibe. So I don't necessarily agree with that one either. But, you know,
Yeah.
to each his own. You don't like
Oh, you
women from
out here
the
in the
West?
field like Darius Slay, huh?
Would you say?
I said you out here in the field like Darius Slay, huh?
You know, I try. I don't want to incriminate myself, but you know, but I
No
mean, how do you feel
contest,
about
no
the list?
contest. Say it again. I feel like the list. I mean, I can't say. I mean, pretty much any female I ever dealt with was on that list. I
Yeah,
dealt with chicks that was divorced, engaged before. You know, a lot. This
right.
around the season where a lot of chicks get engaged and shit. Yeah, I mean, it's cold outside. A lot of these bum ass niggas ain't got no crib, so yeah, I mean, they fall in love and shit. Oh baby, I love you. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, they can't get a crib, but they can find their way down Jewelers Row. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
the game shit, yeah, for sure. And
I mean,
I mean, the list.
shout out to the lanes. They make the game easier. But
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, because honestly, that list didn't speak to me. I was like, man, this is most of the people I be with. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
I was looking. I was like, I don't think that I know any category that has not been something on this list or is something on this list. So I ain't really know how to. I wasn't really feeling the list. But you know what? It
Yeah.
got up in an uproar, and I like it because
Mm-hmm.
they be acting like we ain't allowed to have preference as well. Y'all got the preference of where y'all want to go and stuff like that, but we can't have preference. All right, I
Yeah.
feel you.
We have preferences. We less of a man, and why
Nah,
you acting so aggressive?
you know what you
We
are.
Macho Man Randy Savage. We got preferences.
No, as soon as we got a preference, oh, you a bitch.
Yeah. I hate fucking with bitch ass niggas and all that. You know what I mean? Bitch ass niggas. You too emotional for me. You know what I mean?
Right,
But long as I'm quiet, long as I'm Mr. Bean out this motherfucker, I'm cool.
Mr.
You know
Bean.
what I
That's the
mean?
funny one. But this is the part of if it leads where I like to get into my sports talk. First and foremost is always fuck the Eagles. I just want to put that out there.
Go
But
Birds.
I appreciate what y'all did on Sunday. It was a good
Yeah.
game. I had Miami beating the Eagles, but I appreciate y'all because my Patriots, shout out to us because we took care of business on Sunday. Y'all give us a fighting chance in the division because it ain't looking good for us. But anybody that can get knocked down, and I mean, y'all, I appreciate y'all. It's not many times that I appreciate the Eagles. I appreciate y'all for doing that. Had
You
y'all
like Mac Jones? You like Mac Jones, bro?
No. I mean,
Okay,
I
okay.
like him and hate him at the same time. He played real inconsistent, and it bothers me because, like he'll come out there and he can have a phenomenal game and come out there the next game and look like absolute shit. You know what he played like? He played like a quarterback version of J.R. Smith. You know how J.R. Smith could come out there and just have a
Go off.
fire,
Real streaky.
angry old
Streaky.
kid.
Mm-hmm.
But he could have a fire ass game, and then he'll come out like he did. I mean, the game against the Eagles, for instance, he came out and was trash, and then we came within a pass or two of possibly winning that game. So I mean, that's that. Shout out to the Phillies.
Yo, Ant, I was down that motherfucker. I was down there. I caught the sub and all that. I went down to Patterson. I'm fried, sick at the same time. They started chanting Eagles and shit once we lost.
Talk about
Fuck
shit
that.
in the bed. They was I mean, Mac Jones, he definitely don't got too many options on offense. It's definitely rough out here. It's a lot of like, yo, why we ain't going after Jefferson? Jefferson would be a good pickup for us. Why we not going after, like, there's a lot of disgruntled wide receivers out there right now. Devontae Adams, I'm pretty sure Devontae Adams wouldn't have a problem rolling. But we
You
definitely
talking
need
about being
help
a
on
bird
offense.
for y'all to be with the Patriots?
Say that again?
Be with the Birds or the Patriots?
I mean, to be with the Patriots. I mean, the Birds at this point, y'all got one of them teams where y'all getting to a point that anybody want to play with y'all because y'all got a good foundation. So if the opportunity is there, of course people going to take it.
For sure, definitely. Motherfuckers don't want we building like that. Everybody that's coming to the team got like a chip on their fucking shoulder, and everybody trying to really get there. Everybody got some grits on them and shit. Who wouldn't want to play with?
That's the best type of teams to have because, I mean, it kind of remind me of like Detroit. When Detroit had Rip Hamilton, when they picked up Rashid and they had Ben Wallace, like everybody on that team had some kind of issue.
Yeah.
And they played like it. So I think teams like that, like the Eagles, I'm not a fan, but the team itself looks good. And I mean, I'm always rooting for black quarterbacks because it ain't that many of us. But I would say shout out to the Eagles, but I'm not.
Okay.
NBA
I'm gonna do it for you. Shout out to the Eagles.
This is my favorite time of the year when we got football and basketball. I mean, everything that I was watching on Netflix and Hulu go to the side until like about July because it's sports on right now. So
for sure.
Shout out to my Sixers. I really don't think Corey, don't play with me like that. Pause. My 76ers, I really don't got high hopes for us this year. James Harden is doing James Harden things. Apparently, the NBA is launching an investigation into his participation. Dog, just leave. Figure it out. Yo, Maury.
Get him out of here. They said the Clippers gave us a trade package. A first rounder, a second rounder. Which one they got? Marcus or Markeith?
One of them. I mean, honestly, I don't know which one it is. I just always say Morris.
Yeah, one of the Morrises. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Philly attitude as far as the defense will help us in the playoff time and shit like that. But get him the fuck out of here.
The biggest issue is we not going to get much for him. I mean, point blank, he passed his prime. I mean, honestly, this was his last shot to really kind of shine. And I mean, he fell in line. I don't know what happened with him and Maury. If that rumor is true about I forget which player it was that we brought over in the offseason and Harden having an issue with him. I mean, I can't speak on that because it's not clear. It sounds real like
Harden needed to chill. Not to cut you off, and Harden got issue with all this shit, man. But we got an issue with them big ass bell bottoms, man. Like, I think the whole city got issue with them big ass bell bottoms. And how the fuck is you requesting super max paper and you don't show up in the game 6 and the game 7?
Yeah.
You got the MVP as the center, man. Like, you know what I mean? You got to play off the ball. You too ball dominant. Like, you know what I mean? You're nothing off the ball. You don't move without the rock. You know what I'm saying? So now we got slow the whole pace of the game up for you to do your hezzy behind the back. That's playground basketball, bro. We ain't giving you 200 M's for that, bro. We gonna develop this young kid Maxey, man.
We gotta try to get him out of here for like a halfway decent shooting guard, and then just put Max in at the point and because Maxey the last 2 years really been coming up. That's the one thing I will thank Harden for, because I think Maxey definitely became a lot better player. But
yeah, he groomed it.
For sure, and I appreciate it because
I feel like Maxey
got a.
I feel like Maxey had the upside before Harden came.
Say that again.
I feel like Maxey had a lot of upside before Harden came, but I think Harden had a lot to do with the development process with it.
For sure, and I appreciate that. But get him the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
that's how that's gonna go. Now,
spoken like a true Philly nigga. Get him the fuck out of here.
Exactly. So, with that being said, every week with the If It Bleeds, It Leaves, I like to play my funny video of the week. And let me hear what y'all feel. Let me hear how y'all feel about this video that we got.
For a vampire.
Werewolf, man.
Why werewolf?
All day. Vampires is gay.
No, but vampires get hoes.
Vampires get hoes, but they out here sucking necks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Sucking necks. That shit's gay. Could you imagine be like, haha, your homeboy like, come over and suck his neck? like y'all sucking necks? That's gay. Nah, nigga, nah. Werewolf, B. You know?
But it was hoes. I'm talking about
huh?
necks.
Listen, son, what if the thing is, yo, if there's no around, you gotta suck a nigga's neck to live.
Vampires don't go to jail.
No, son, listen. Yo, listen. What if
vampires in jail? Then fucking you in jail.
What if there's no, like, you want a boat, right? What if there's no bitch? Now you sucking niggas' necks. Gay.
With that being said, well, before we get to that, shout out the Big Exclusive Network. We will be in New Jersey for a Halloween party this weekend. Shout out to that. Costume party over in New Jersey. DJ Alamo on the 1s and 2s.
That's heavy.
Yeah. Prizes giving off the sexiest costumes, funniest costumes, best couples. We will be in the building. Matter of fact, producer, I need to holler at you about paying for my ticket. We'll talk offline about that, but definitely come through if you can make it. The game going to be in attendance. But with that being said,
yo, Ed, what was our reading teacher name?
Mr. Smith.
You might even come as Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith was the most animated teacher I ever had. I remember him in like second period one time. He jumped on the desk in front of you while you had the book in. You like, dog, what the fuck?
I was high as shit. I was high.
You but you was definitely high as shit. He jumped on the desk. You like, no, what the fuck?
I was high as shit. You little hoes was cracking the fuck up. All I could do was laugh.
Always. But with that being said, vampire or werewolf?
Oh no! He said Dracula's? What the? You said vamps are werewolves?
He said He said vampires is gay. He said you gotta suck on a nigga neck to live.
And so what you asking? What's the question? What would you be?
So what would you be? Vampire or werewolf?
Well, I ain't the joint, so I'm gonna be a fucking, you know what I mean, werewolf. Howl at the moon, motherfucker.
Audience, how do y'all feel about that? Now, I'm gonna take the crazy part out about what he said, because prior to watching that video, I probably would have picked Ben probably for the simple fact that you get the fly. You up and at your prey at the drop of a dime. Now,
But
I wouldn't keep it
the
close.
downside to that, you can't get no bitches during the daytime. You only can slide out on the late night.
I mean, ain't that when you want the chicks for real anyway?
For sure.
I mean, you
Yeah, I
can
mean, it's
come
the
through.
police schedule.
You
Yeah.
got all night to get the chicks back to your crib. When you get back to the crib, you know you close the blinds and you got shorty all day.
Crack it dawn. Yeah, I mean, crack it dawn, shut it down, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, kick it the fuck out. Yeah.
I
You
mean,
put it in that record.
from what I remember about werewolves, they only really came out at night as well. So I mean, it's the same thing, but werewolves wasn't getting no yams. They was only out for destruction. The vampire,
they
he had what he had to do to survive, but that was that.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
vampire was more some player shit.
right.
You know what I mean? Werewolf was from 6 and Lehigh, straight from north.
Catch it right. But with that being said, that concludes the I'll be the vampire. Facts. Facts. But with that being said, that concludes the If It Bleeds, It Leads segment.
For sure.
The freaks come out at night, for sure. All right, with that being said, let's jump into our next segment. We got Lounge Talk.
Lounge Talk. Let's get it. Damn, man, money, you and your Q sweatshirt.
Yeah, I'm saying. I'm back to the wine this week, good people. I ain't tell y'all, I was sick as a dog last week. I felt like death. So what I was drinking in that cup was lemon and hot tea. But with that being said, this for Liam's Talk, I got a scenario and a second part question. Now, do you have youngsters you take care of? You got any kids?
No, I ain't got no youngins. Nope.
All right. So you can still indulge in answering this question. So
Okay.
I was watching a podcast and a young lady wrote the podcast. So what she said was her family had a long history of domestic abuse. Her baby father / current boyfriend was abusive for some years, and then he got his act together. So she said, with that being said, her daughter was like maybe about 5. She said that she felt like in the future, she wanted to tell her daughter about the things that happened in the past to prevent that from happening to her. So what her original question was, yes, Auntie Sugar, I drink wine out of a coffee mug. But her question was, when her daughter gets of age and she wants to tell her the things that she should look out for, should she tell her everything? Like, hey, your father did this, that, and the third to me, and we ended up here. Should she take the father out of it and just tell her, like, hey, these are the things you should look out for? Or should her and the father come together and have a talk to her about what she should avoid? Now, it's upside and downside to every situation. The upside to telling her about what her father did and what she should look out for is she knows in the future that this is something she should look out for. Now, the downside to that is that it demonizes her father, which is going to be the first man she loves. Now, you also have the part where if she just talks about the situation that she should look out for without any context of it happening to her, yeah, you give the little girl what she should know. Well, she's not even a little girl. She's a teenager at that point because she said she wanted to have this talk around 15. You tell the young lady what she needs to know, but you don't give her context as if you were ever involved in a situation before. And the third scenario is sitting down with the father and the mother, and then them just both having a conversation about what happened in the past and what she should look out for. Now, in the first part of the question, I want to say, which scenario do you feel would be the best way of going about it?
Hey, I kind of broke up in the midst of you giving the whole breakdown of them y'alls, bro. The questions,
All
so I
right.
don't want to look like
So, audience, you can chime in. So, essentially, if you've got a kid and
no.
you want to let your kid know about something that you should look out for, do you tell the kid everything about the scenario? Do you tell the kid to look out for this and you don't give them any context to you having something to do with the scenario? Or do you come together as parents and both have a conversation with the kid? What would be the way that you feel like you would go about it?
I'm having my conversation with my. If I had a youngin, I'm having a conversation with my youngin, man.
I dig it.
Man.
It's weird because the situation it dealt with like domestic abuse, and the lady was kind of like, she felt like she should talk to her kid about it, and it was like you don't really want to demonize the father, but also I agree completely with what you said because I feel like some conversations do need to happen with, like, in this case, a mother and a daughter. Or like in the case of you and me, like I remember seeing you with your pop a lot of times. And it's conversations that my pop had with me that my
Right.
mother wasn't privy to, but she didn't need to be. So
Okay.
also along the same lines, but not the same scenario. When you get to a point that I mean, if you decide to have kids, when you get to that point, do you tell your kid about stuff you did and say this
I'm
is
not.
what you should look out for? Or do you just tell your kid, no, you just don't do this because there's bad effects to that? How would you look at that scenario?
My approach gonna be straight raw. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with my kid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
and I'm gonna let them. I'm gonna guide them through it. You know, as an adult. You know what I mean? With my parental. You know what I'm saying? With my whole parental job, but I'm gonna let them try to decipher what's, you know what I mean? And then, if they
right,
drop the ball, I'll be there to pick it back up for them. Because I think the best teacher in life is like going through it, like, you know what I mean? Your own personal life
right.
experience. Yeah, you
For
know what
sure,
I
for
mean?
sure. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like my daughter is 16 now. So we have
Right.
talked, and I'm honest with my daughter because I feel like when I tell my daughter about things that I've done
Mm-hmm.
and I give her context to why I don't think you should go about it, it makes me look human. I never want my daughter to look at me and think that I'm so high and mighty that I never went through nothing. And I
Right.
think that also makes it harder for your kid to relate or be able to openly talk to you. I felt
Right.
like
For
I
sure.
didn't, like my parents, they brought conversations to me, but I didn't bring conversations to my parents because I looked at them at a certain scale. And I would say the door wasn't as open because they didn't give me as much context about things
Right.
that they did for me to feel open enough to tell them, like, yo, such and such is going on. What should I
Right.
do? So, I
Right.
mean,
That was
I
you
definitely,
assuming. That was kind of you assuming though, Ant, because they, like you said, they ain't never give you that leeway to feel like the door was open to come holler. But who's the
for
goes
sure.
if you who goes to knows if you, I mean, would have crossed that threshold, it probably would have been there. You don't know. You know what I mean? But we get that
That's a
intuition
great
is
point.
youth coming up in the hood, like, damn, I can't really rap to my folks about this. Let me holler at the homies about this. Or, you know what I
Right,
mean, keep that in the memory bank somewhere. So I feel you on that,
right.
man.
And I never knock my parents for the way they raised me because I also feel like it's no God that comes to parenting. So we all just trying to figure it out and going about it the best way we know how. But it's certain things that I look at that maybe I would have done differently. And I do those
Yeah.
things. Now that's still a 50-50 shot because even with me doing it differently, I mean, there's sometimes that I seem like, oh shit, maybe my parents did have it right when they did this, that, and the third. But audience, how do y'all feel about that? Anyhow, how y'all feel about the scenario? It doesn't matter because right now I'm opening up the floodgates and y'all are drop that link, producer. Y'all know what time it is? One of my favorite segments. What y'all got to say about that? Producer, drop the link. Now, Ace, this is the part of the podcast where I give people the opportunity to call in and voice their opinions. And I want them to know I'm with all the dumb shit. So if they want to come in here and they think I'm about to play with them, god damn it, I'm not.
You throwing the Machiavelli?
Come with me. Yeah, Corey, you in the
Hell
AI.
no.
But call in. But we can continue talking about the subject. But yeah, until somebody dials in, yeah, I just feel like making yourself as human as possible to your kids gives your kids more leeway to be able to talk to you. But I also understand maybe sometimes, I mean, there's certain stuff you don't want to talk to your kids about. Like I know the sex topic, talking to your kids is a wild one, mostly because I have a daughter and I'm a man. So
Right.
I mean, it's uncomfortable. I know you gotta have those uncomfortable conversations, but I'd be damned if you really want to do it. If somebody says they enjoy those uncomfortable conversations, you a goddamn lie. But I
Motherfucking
mean,
lie. So when it comes to that, being though you got a daughter and dollar sign, do you let the woman go ahead and tackle that whole thing? Like, go ahead, baby, you just come sprinkle your pop sauce on that.
So it's weird because I feel like me and my daughter mom think a little differently when it comes down to it. I feel like
Okay.
my daughter mom is more impulsive with those conversations, which I don't
Okay.
really have an issue with because you're a woman. So it's stuff that I would never understand as a man about being a woman. So when
Right.
she jumps in and she has those conversations, she'll come back and tell me like, yo, I talked to your daughter about such and such. So then I'll kind of pick up the pieces of it where I feel like she may not have spoke on certain things. And then I'll have that conversation with her. But there's certain conversations that we've had together where it was just necessary for us to have that conversation together with her at that time. But I mean, I kind of just jumped like I said, my daughter mom is impulsive. So when she jumps in and has those conversations and I had to jump in and just give the man aspect to it, that's kind of how we go about it. Oh, it looked like
Okay.
y'all must be scared tonight. I'm surprised. I expected Ev to jump in and have something to say by now. Let me find out they're a little scared to touch this topic.
Damn, man. I can imagine it, man. Like one thing I can say about our area with the parenting tip, my mom wasn't breaking her neck. All my pop wasn't breaking their neck to be like my homies and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nowadays, I see it like a lot of parents be breaking their neck to be homies with their kids instead of be like, instead of just setting in stone, like, man, I'm your mom, your dad. And that's why I think that
Right.
the lines cross where they feel like they could disrespect their mom and they pop. Yeah, our moms and pops was worried about being our friend on the back end after we did everything that we had to do and shit.
Right. That's
man.
That's an interesting concept as well because I feel like as an adult, when my dad, when he was no longer the enforcer because I'm a grown man, he doesn't have to check me in that manner anymore. It was a weird dynamic. Like I would be it's been a couple times I've been at the crib and he's like, yo, you want to drink? And I'm like, nigga, I don't want to drink with you. You my pop. Like, and it's like I remember it was
a man now.
Right. And it's like my pop know I'll be outside and it'd be like a couple times on my birthday, he's like, yo, let's go out to a bar and let's have a drink together. And I'm like, nigga, no. I don't want to go out and have a drink with you. I mean, I think to date, I think I bit the bullet one time and like had a drink with my pop on my birthday because he really pushed it. He took me out to dinner and we had a drink then. But outside of like at a family gathering where his shots was around, I'm not really wanna like drink with my parents. That's not really a thing. Yeah, it's definitely we definitely need more disciplinarians. But also it's a balance to both.
It's definitely a
It,
balance. You don't want your kids to feel like, damn, oh shit, I just got out of school. I gotta go home to go see Sergeant Slaughter out this motherfucker. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I
it's
mean,
definitely a balance. You know what I
definitely.
mean?
Like I was stationed in Japan for 2 years, and I remember it was at one point that my daughter mom, every time my daughter got in trouble, my daughter's mom would call me and she'd be like, yo, talk to your dad. And I remember
Mm-hmm.
one day I just wanted to talk to her just to, yo, what's up with you? She was like, I don't want to talk to him. All you want to do is holler at me. And I'm like, damn. That's your perception, but I mean, you're not
Yeah,
necessarily wrong.
that's what your young said to you, right?
It was crazy. She like, I don't want to talk to him. All you want to do is yell at me. And my cousin Tony, rest in peace, God bless his soul. But he had to
Yeah.
talk to me one time because he went through that. He was like, yo, Ant, you got to find a balance. You can't let your daughter, mom, just put you in a situation where you only yell at her because you, at the end of the day, if you only yelling at her, why would she want to talk to you?
Yeah, exactly.
That's not fun. Like, yeah, you dead and you gotta be a disciplinarian, but she lives with her, so you gotta ease up a little bit, of course,
You
and
got
where
you
you
got to let off that
worse with
pedal
her.
a little bit, baby.
What'd you
Yeah,
say?
you got to let off that pedal a little bit.
I mean, and it's a weird one to go with. But it
Uh-huh.
looks like the people ain't trying to call in tonight. That's cool. That's cool. Y'all only want the messy topics. Oh, I spoke too soon. So, where are you with the scenario?
Well, first of all, you see the hood. I'm ready for the smoke today.
Oh, you ain't
Okay,
said shit.
I'm,
You ain't
I'm
said
ready for
shit.
the smoke today.
Okay.
Um, so let me just real quick run this down before we get to the very important topic
Okay.
at hand. One, these lists are all trash, and they need to all stay in 2023. I'm over it. I am over the list. I am over first date, who pay. I got it. I can't. I'm over it. Stay in 2023 because quiet as it's kept, loud as it is, the bitch who started this, I ain't gonna run in on her too hard,
Mm.
but she looked like she should have been okay with that Cheesecake Factory meal. Cause
Sis one better. Sis one better. She said,
want
"Y'all,
better for what? No,
I'm
she
not
should have
going.
wanted better when she
I'm not
picked
going
that
to keep
cheap ass
accepting."
green dress and didn't get them braids retightened. She talking about she want better. Either way, was she
She
paying
wasn't looking
for it?
like that on the date.
She wasn't paying for shit. See, it's the person who controls the purse strings is the person who has a say. That bitch
Mm.
wasn't paying. See, I'm getting off topic. I'm getting off topic.
Listen, she got her preference. She letting listen. You so any nigga that comes up, no, this ain't that. If we pull up to friendlies, she's not getting out the car. She already told you she not. You pull up to
That's
Olive
crazy.
Garden, she just gonna look. When you finish playing, we can leave. She let him
Mm.
know.
See, this is
She let
why
him
I
know.
wasn't born a man. Because if I was, I'd have kicked that bitch out my car and she'd have been catching Uber to wherever the fuck she was going. That, no.
You know what? And because you a man, because you're not a man, you say that very easily. I've been in situations where it's like, I should probably kick you out. That's a lot harder than y'all think it is.
Of course. I mean, it's a double standard, right? Like, if a man actually did do that, people looking at him like, oh my God, he was so mean. He was so this. In that scenario, Bull did a little bit too much talking and too much understanding of why she got him out here looking jackass dumb.
Nah, I think he was just I think he was one of them type B type of guys because I mean it wouldn't have been too much going back and forth. I would have, yo, first of all, what did he say? She was like an hour late.
Right.
It
And I don't
wouldn't have been
understand
nothing else to
why.
talk about.
Because she damn sure wasn't getting ready.
Yeah, it would have been nothing else to talk about. But as far as the lounge talk topic, where do you stand when it comes to telling your kid about stuff that they should look out for? Do you give them context and tell them as far as things that you might have done? Or do you straight up just give them you shouldn't do this because this, that, and the third without making it personable?
I think it depends on the stage that the child is in. So if you're talking about any grade school type of kid, I
No.
think that
And
you
with
give
the
a little. Now
scenario
we
at
talking
hand,
about just the scenario. Only teenagers is what we talking about.
teenager. We talking about teenagers.
Teenagers. Oh well, then that's different. I think that you do.
Well, hello there. My sister
Cousin.
Jasmine, my cousin Sharita, ladies and gentlemen.
Cousin. Hey y'all.
What up
What's up,
though?
I
cousin?
look
What's
bad,
up?
y'all.
Did
What
y'all
we
hear
talking about?
the Liam's talk topic?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. So after Ab get her point across, I'm gonna ask y'all how y'all feel about it. Go
Okay.
ahead, Ab.
I think you do. I think you do keep it real with your kids.
Okay.
To let them know that you are human.
Okay.
But it still is, to me, it's still kind of a line. You want your kids
Right.
to know that you're human, but you also want them to remember that they are your kids. So I don't want you to think that we're that close together, if that makes sense. Like I don't
Right.
want you to think that, we friends
Yeah,
and not at that stage of your life.
Right.
Once I'm done raising you, then we can talk about being friends. But yes, I do want to give you a realistic concept because your dumbass friends are not. They're going to give you context that isn't real, probably. They're going to give you opinion based context.
Right.
So, yes, I would definitely give my son the real, but much like you, I have a son. Is only but so much real I would give my teenage son.
Right.
I'm his mom. First of
Right.
all, he's not going to want to talk to me about a lot of things because I'm his mom.
uh,
So, but if he did, I would keep it real with him. You can't you to me you can't not do that. Is you have to take the blinders off
Right.
at some point when you're a parent.
So I just want you ladies to know. Beans, what up? I ain't even see you over there, Beans.
What's
Corey said,
up?
yeah, Corey
what
called
up?
y'all. Corey said y'all came in like SWV. So how
Yeah.
y'all feel on the topic?
I don't know, man. I feel like because I feel like I'm not that old. So I know what it's like to be a teenager. I have a 15-year-old. So I feel like it's a way that you can tell your kid something in a way that you don't have to tell them specific situations that you've been through.
Nope, I'm gonna stop
like,
you right there. Are you gonna tell your kid about the bad shit that you did and put
fuck
yourself in
no.
a context? Are you gonna tell them about the bad
But
shit that you
no, I'm
did?
not because I feel like that's kind of glorifying stuff that you did that you're not really proud of. You know what I'm saying? Like, and as an adult, you're supposed to want better for your kids. Like I was telling them, my son came to me like a couple of weeks ago, and he told me, he was like, "Mom, I lost it," and I'm like, "You lost what?" Like, cause me and my kid, we real close. Like we close. Like he tells me
You lost
everything.
what?
We got that, but I still don't tell him everything. I wouldn't tell him like, "Yeah, I lost it at 15." Like, no, I wouldn't.
Oh wait, by lost it,
but
you
I
talking about
wouldn't.
his virginity?
That's
I
smooth
get
and
all
to the
that.
Look,
point.
I'm like, what did he lose?
I
That's what
lost.
I'm
I
saying.
thought
I
you
was confused.
snapping.
I said, "Well, what you lose?" I lost it, Mom. I'm like, well, what you lose? Mom, I lost my virginity. I'm like, he wants you to know. I said, this is what I said. I said, did you use protection? Like I don't. That's it. Because I need you to come to me. I need to know what you're doing. I need to know what you safe. I need to know all of these things. But I don't need to tell you when I lost my virginity. I don't need to tell you any of that because that's not your business. You didn't know me in that time. You know me now, right? You know me as your mom. You know me as the adult mother that I am. So that's who I'm going to be to you.
I think that's like the most extreme, like, type of scenario that you can have with this case. I can understand it being like that because I'm not talking sex with my child. I mean, even with my dad, I remember one time he tried to have a conversation with me about sex, and I was just like, dog, I don't want to hear this shit.
Yeah, but see, too,
but it's inevitable though. Like if you don't tell your kid to protect themselves, then they get STDs or they have babies on you. So now you somebody's grandmother or you taking care of a HIV patient. Like
yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be a little bit transparent, but you don't have to go to the extent of telling them situations that you've been in that you might not be proud of to make news.
That definitely
I agree. I agree with that to a certain
Corey
extent.
brought up a good point. He said kids can also learn from their parents' mistakes.
Yeah. Right. That's why it's like.
But what if they not the kind of kid? Because every kid is different. Everybody is different. So what if they not the type of kid that can understand? Like, because I don't think I could have learned from my mom's mistakes because I was my own person since I was 8, since I was 6. I don't think I could have ever learned from her mistakes because I was the type of person who had to experience shit on my own. Like, no matter
that was just because you was hard.
Bad outcome, I gotta test the theory.
I mean that's true. That's true because let's say you have all of these conversations, right? And you transparent with your kids and all of that. That may not deter them from doing whatever it is that the conversation is steering them to not do.
Sometimes it can make them go towards
you definitely can say.
When I was a teenager, I know for a fact, like they told me some shit, and I would do my own thing because I was just like that. Like I gotta test the waters. Like even Ant used to try to tell me some stuff, and I'd be like, no, like I'm not. I'm gonna do it myself. So I gotta see.
And I agree with that. I think that's what it is as parents too. I think oftentimes when you're a parent, like I said, you want to shield them from as much as you can. But to me, what happened is that you be raising a 30-year-old baby. Eventually, I'm going to take them training wheels off that bike, and I'm going to take my hand off the back of that bike, and I'm going to let you fall. And I'm going to let you pick yourself back up. I believe that as a parent, you got to let your kid break their face so that they know how it is and how to get them. So you can't, I should be your last resort as a parent. If I'm your first option, I feel like I didn't do my job. You should be able to figure it out because of what I taught you before you come to me and say anything. It shouldn't be let me run to mommy, let me run to daddy before I even thought about anything.
Right.
That's how I feel about that. And I think that that's dope that your son came to you and said that because
Girl, oh my God,
I don't think that my son would do that.
Because my dad didn't know I was having sex until my baby mom told my mother that she was pregnant. He said, son, you was just playing Call of Duty, man. You got a baby on the way?
Hey, you had the young one leaving the school, bro?
But no, I want to thank y'all for dialing in. Appreciate y'all for checking out.
That was a real good topic, though.
Have fun, be safe out there in Vegas. And Eb, thank you for being
in
my
Vegas. Did y'all see Usher?
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna go see Usher tomorrow.
If I see any of y'all in this shade room, I promise you won't hear about it for the rest of your life.
Period. I'm trying to go viral. Look, this was a good topic, though, cousin.
Smoke some of that ball for me, man.
Pray for Usher. But thank y'all for joining me this evening. Stay tuned. Appreciate y'all tuning in. All right. The moment the
I'm the co-host now. Fuck that.
yo, oh my gosh, where'd he go? Ace, you there, good brother? This usually at the point where they had that little technical difficulty scene. Jesus Christ. Angry OJ. Chewy. That's a wild one. While my co-host is getting his technical difficulties in order, you know what, Joe? I don't think Usher killing people relationships. Them, I mean, if your girl's going to see Usher, you know it's a possibility. I mean, actually, I want Usher to go up to my girl because that let me know the level of girl that I'm dealing with. If your girl got a video and Usher is all in her face singing, you know you got one of them ones. Now, I don't think that he taking your girl out afterward, but if he is, you know, do y'all give your significant other a pass of somebody that they can be with if it's a celebrity? Because you know, being with a celebrity is a once in a lifetime. Yo, Corey with the comment of the week every time. Be careful because Usher got herpes. But do you give your significant other a pass if they got that celebrity they come across? Because fellas, I know for me, if it's a celebrity that's on my list, like I know my guy Corey, if Janae Akito threw it at him, I know my man's taking it. He could be married, happily married for 20 years. If she throw it his way, he taking it. I mean, for me, it's always been J-Lo. That's been my crush since I was like 13 years old. She's still holding up. That's what I'm doing. But waiting for my guest to come back. I don't know what happened. I hope my guy is all right. That was a little different. You know what? Drop the link up there, producer. We got a little bit more time. See if let's get the people opinion on some stuff. Since we got some extra time, good people, how do y'all feel about the Dwight Howard situation? Because personally, I don't care. I felt like he's had enough rumors about him that this is the way he is. And I mean, had it not been for my co-host having his difficulties, I wasn't going to talk about the topic at all. But I mean, do people actually care about this? I mean, one of the best posts that I seen about this was that if you can't rumble that man and have a chance, you probably shouldn't be talking about that man. Whoa. I mean, Eb, to be honest, it's a lot of ladies with a long line. But like Dwight Howard, I honestly do not care. And I'm surprised that it's getting as much publicity as it is. And you know what? That's a good point. That's a good point. I think that be the weird part about people. Why lie about it? Hershey Highway. That is wild. I definitely don't give a fuck about what somebody doing in their bedroom. That shit. If that's what you into, that's what you into. I just feel that just be honest with it. If you I think that's where when people get exposed, that be the worst part. Because if you just be honest about it, I learned that lesson from my sister Jazz a long time ago. When we was younger and we would get in trouble, I would lie and I would get in so much trouble because I was a horrible liar. That's why I'm not gonna say I'm 100%, but I don't lie. She would always just, yo, I did it. That's it. That's all. I did it. I learned that if you just say you did it, that accountability gets you a lot further. Yeah, I'm only here for the jokes that I can make about it. I'm definitely only here for the jokes I can make about it. Well, I'm not exactly sure what happened with my co-host. So I think this is a good point to wrap it up, good people. I want to thank everybody once again for tuning in. I want to thank my co-host. I'll bring him back next week for the spotlight. We'll handle it that way. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in once again. Great episode as always. Like, subscribe, and share. And peace and blessings. Hope everybody enjoys their weekend.